NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see, finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
K.J. Hamler.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
There for the stop defensively, Nick Bonito. The Titans at 6-2 to start play. And they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form. They've won 6 of their last 8.
And quite frankly, there wasn't a whole lot to draw on in the loss last.
Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. They go play action with Wilson. The 20. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Out for the PAT, here's Johnson. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Henry again on second down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Marlon Davidson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down, That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Edmonds again.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Williams running left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Here's Tannehill. Phillips has it, running the out route. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Robert Woods, 29 yards. And the Titans have got it back to within a score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. Down the sideline he goes. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 53 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Draw play, Edmonds. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Wilson. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission.
As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Stop made by Marlon Davidson.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
Going across the field, he finds Phillips. He'll get it inside the 20, and he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A big play that time for the Titans. 48 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ryan Tannehill, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans are back within a score.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Phillips now from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They run it again with Williams.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Here's Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun, here's Tannehill.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here we go on 4th, Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And Williams
Mahomes is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
Edmonds will score. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Open man downfield is Woods. Touchdown, Titans. Robert Woods with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Wilson to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tannehill going to hand to Henry on the option. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
To throw is Tannehill.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Desperation time for Tannehill on fourth down. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Lamarcus Joyner with a pick.
And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that, Charles, obviously just a game changer here this fourth quarter, and they're an extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it, because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
Well, there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball trying to salt things away to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Wilson to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Now a give to Edmonds. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing Tannehill. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
One last throw here for Tannehill. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the back. Joyner with a pick, and the Broncos are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover.